Hi everyone, welcome back. Another one of my videos. This video is about my stock buggy settings and just some things to look at that I'm sure you're all interested in if you're into stock racing. I went to the EOS at dawn, which was a little while ago now. I haven't been able to do any more of the EOS series or even a lot of racing recently due to the coronavirus, but I'd like to talk to you about these stock settings. When you get your speed controller, you get your manual, and in that manual it gives you some good information. This is my stock buggy. I'm running 13.5 in this at the moment, and I've been enjoying myself learning the power limited class, but also learning the benefits of the proper use of the right lipos and speed controller settings. And with the LRP speed controllers, you do get, I don't know, I reckon an advantage just based on the good quality and software on there. And I want to talk to you about all of this. So we'll just take off my body shell and we'll just have a quick look at that. So with that off, I've got my LRP motor in that. I wasn't allowed to use that at the EOS. It's handouts. We use the much more motors. We run the blinky settings and we go from there. I run the 4900 milliamp batteries, which is a fantastic battery that LRP have produced. It gives you the right amount of kind of voltage throughout the run without an excessive amount of weight with the LiPo. So I've been enjoying running them. I found a big advantage having that slightly larger battery because you get to hold just that good amount of bottom end power through the run. When I've run some of the smaller batteries, the car felt really good at the beginning, but through the run you lost a lot of top end, whereas these lipos hold the good top end down the straight. Maybe your last two laps kind of soften off a little bit, but it's not terrible. Coupled with the speedo and some settings, we can keep a good bottom end throughout the whole run. So I've enjoyed that. But this is carpet racing with stock. I know over in the States you run 17.5 in the two-wheel drive buggy, and you're not. You need speed out of the battery, but obviously I've got a lot to learn with what you guys do exactly with dirt racing, but you already know about that. But for the Astro running and carpet running with 13.5, we're drawing a lot of power out of the car, and this battery's been very, very good for me. In four-wheel drive, which is just up there, which is my L1 Evo, I ran the 5.9 LiPo. It's been very, very good. I was impressed actually with the amount of power that I have with it. The car really gets going, so that's really good. As for just a quick thing, talk about my stock spec car. So this is the stock spec that we released recently, and I've enjoyed running this. We have the carbon fibre chassis, so it's super lightweight. This allows me to run the balance all at the front. If I ran the alloy chassis, I'd then be getting a weight penalty because I want to add the brass at the front to get the balance forwards on the car. It's good to have a good balance because obviously you get what you want out of the corner. So then I can run my heavier LiPo to keep the voltage for the run, and then I can have the weights where I want it to. So it's getting kind of the best of everything you can out of it. I've got the slipper lockout on here. I don't know how well the camera will show that. I think it shows it reasonably well. I've got the slipper lockout here, no slipper. So we don't have enough power to pull the wheelies on the straights. So therefore I don't need to have a slipper clutch to obviously stop that. So that's a massive weight saving there. I've got the carbon fibre motor plate as well, which is really cool when you see carbon fibre everywhere. And then the carbon fibre gearbox housings, the lower housings, with carbon fibre fill. With the nylon mixed with carbon fibre instead of the glass that you typically see, and then that's got a lightweight body shell with it. On mine I've got a few of the upgrades. I've got the titanium nitride coated titanium ball studs. That's pretty cool when you chuck that much titanium at something, and then the various other little bits like aluminium yokes and hubs just for durability, for if I'm crashing a lot I'd be able to get away with plastic, but I do a lot of club racing as well, so I hit stuff. I'm not the best guy out there. After that, I've got the UJ drive shafts. I've actually got slim hexes on this. I've got the zeros on this at the moment. They just give it a nice bit of on-power steering, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, I have the brass radio tray, I have the Trishbits shin splitter, and then I have the under servo weight. So I've got quite a bit of weight sitting at the front, and that's absolutely great. I've got the gear diff in there as normal. I've got between 7 and 5,000 K, depends on the track. I play with a slightly thicker oil to get a bit more drive out the corner. If it's lighting up a wheel coming out the corner, I got to the 7K. If not, I run 5K normally, and that's a cool part of all of it. On the can timing, I run it quite high. Just I'm generally asking the most out of it, and I also gear it reasonably high as well. I'm currently on a 2671 because I have had a 10.5 in here from time to time. So this has actually got a 10.5 in it from the last time I went club racing. I just thought I'd have some fun. Let's kind of motor up. Again, I'm racing against guys of 6.5, so I don't need to go too crazy. But when I run the 13.5, which is leading up to the races, getting some practice in, I'll have a 27 and the 71. That's my got a bit of fur on there. That's my preference on that, and I always run a fan blowing on the motor. It just agitates the air around it, just manages to keep the motor temps down nicely, and I can monitor that with the speed controller, and this allows me to see what's going on with motor temps after each run. Can I push it a bit more? Can I go a bit higher in the gearing? So that's kind of cool. Setup wise, it's very similar to what we normally run on carpet. I don't change too much, apart from one of the key bits is that I run the shocks in the middle on the towers all the way around. What I find is with stock, the car's a little bit less reactive, so standing the shocks up a little bit more makes it kind of just turn a bit better and be a bit more agile. Whereas if I went to modified, probably lay them down one hole everywhere. And that's one of my main things from a modified setup to a stock setup. Same as with the four-wheel drive, similar type of thing, extremely similar to all the four-wheel drive setups that we've run on the L1 Evo. Nothing really to kind of like push apart from that. With my four-wheel drive, is a very stock car. It's got the different roll bar settings on it. I've got a brass radio tray under the not radio tray, brass, but under the ESC basically. And after that, I didn't do too much. It was, we released the L1 Evo. I kind of threw the body shell on it, and got all the bits and bobs inside it, as I'd normally run. And I've got the 8-degree caster blocks, the race drive shafts are the two main things I've got on the front. But it was faultless through that event. Really enjoyed driving it actually. Haven't done a lot of four-wheel drive myself recently, so when I went to Dawn and ran it, it was absolutely awesome. Had a great time. Came away with the TQ and win in both classes, which is pretty cool. But one thing to talk about with the speed controllers, let's put that back up there. I've already gone through speed controller settings recently, but one thing that you'll find different with this when you have a look at it, because we're running Blinky, what more can you do? It's got this IDFC, and basically as the run goes on, it's got a thing where it introduces more initial drive, so you just get more feel through the run. So normally when you get to the end of the run, it's getting a bit soft. With the IDFC at the end of the run, it's still got good feel at the bottom end, so if you come on a tight corner with a jump, still jumps it really well. Whereas if you didn't have that on, you'd have to squeeze the trigger a bit more to make up for the fact that it's getting softer through the run. So that's kind of cool. So try that feature out. That's with the 5.1 software. So if you've got like an off-road speed controller from LRP, you can just get the bridge, plug it in, and then put on the 5.1 software and have a go. Try out IDFC. You might really like it. Anyway, I hope that's been a help to you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, comment, click on that bell, and that bell will let you know when I've done other videos in the future. So when they come up, it pops up and you go, brilliant, I really wanted to watch that. Or maybe you didn't and you're gonna click off that bell. But it's up to you what you do. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. I'll try and bring you more videos in the future of things about whatever you want to know about. If I know anything about it, I I've been learning a number of things over the years, and I'm just trying to pass it on to you. I hope it's all been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you soon. Bye.